In this episode, we clean up our power generation and make 5 million FE per tick, over 5 million. And we completely automate industrial foregoing, where we're producing latex, pink slime, as well as ether gas. We store those in our system and even automate the dissolution chamber. Hey, how you doing? So after last episode's fiasco, I've been doing some building, and I'll show you guys that shortly. But I went ahead and upgraded a lot of these to Omegas, the ones that, you know, I will kind of need in the future. I don't need a ton of copper, that's why I didn't do those ones. But all of these guys are upgraded to the Omegas, which are going super fast now. We have tons of resources. And the one thing I didn't show last episode, because I was getting frustrated and it was getting kind of out of hand, I did make these wither bees to get more wither skeleton skulls. You can't breed these guys together, and the way you do that is you feed a skeletal bee a wither rose. The way you get wither roses is by having a wither kill mobs. So I went inside of my hyperbox, released a wither, and then brought mobs in with the creature catcher and just threw them in there. And as soon as they die, you get the wither roses. And then the skeletal bees, I don't know if I still have it up here. Let's go check. But I just walked outside here where it was dark, and I set down a bunch of beehives with simulator upgrades in there. And overnight when it's dark, either zombies or skeletal bees go inside of them. And so I did that and got the skeletal bees. So that was simple enough. And then I did some building here. You can see it's really dark in there. That's the anti-blocks. So I'm using black anti-blocks for the elevator shaft. And when you go down here, I'm not super sold on this yet, but I want there to be a platform and there will be an elevator here. So the elevator is going to come down, and then we walk out to the front and we can see this room. Back here is going to be all of our technology things. On this side, it'll be modern industrialization, which we will get into at some point when I feel like it. I just haven't felt like it yet. And then on this side, there'll be all of our magic mods. So we'll destroy these stupid things and we'll put them in there in the future. Okay. So let me show you kind of what I did here. I'm playing around with different design things, and I don't know if this will stick or not, but I'm going to go with it for now. We have some white concrete on the sides, and I built a little arch doorway. And if you look in here, we have our Powah automation set up. I might change this and use a modular router to do that way. Let's do that right now, actually. Just because I don't want, this is ugly over here. So we'll break the cover. And the way the energizing orb works is if you pull from the bottom, it only will take the crafted things. So it's not going to pull, like otherwise it'll pull the things that are being charged. So we're going to change that setting. If you look underneath it and you target that, so you can see now it says that it is the down side of the energizing orb. So then we replace that, and then we can put those upgrades in there. Okay, and then we put the puller in here. So it's going to pull from the down and it's going to insert into the pattern provider. This needs to be in blocking mode. Okay, so that goes in. You can see the little laser that was coming down. So that works, and we didn't have to use an importer, and we can make it nice and neat. Okay, so that takes care of that. This is our little power room. And then over here, we have our holy grail of simulation chambers from hostile neural networks. It's kind of mostly for decoration. I'm only using these 4. All the other ones are empty, and they're not even labeled with Super Factory Manager, so they're just sitting there. I do have an interface here. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a wireless connector. I think it's under this one. And I have cables running underneath to connect all of these things. So in this room, have 2 empty rooms. One we'll get into today, which will be industrial foregoing. So we're going to start that today. And the other one I think I'll do mechanism in. But before that, let's deal with our power. I think I'm losing power. I don't know why. Yeah, my power is going down. And I can't tell what's using so much power. Still going down. Anyways, I don't know. But let's make our 64x Netherstar generators. So each one generates 261,000. If we make 10, that's 2.6 million. If we make 20, that's around 5 million power. I think that'll be nice. So here's all the things it's going to take. We press start. Oh, I can't believe how fast that is. Okay. And we'll need an oversized interface. I'm going to set that up over here. So let's take a look at our destruction gadget. The way this works, I don't know if I showed it to you guys before, but it basically just, when you hold G, it shows this UI, and this is based off of the block you're looking at. So the depth is going onwards, and then you can go up or down from the block you're looking at, or you can go left and right, and it'll destroy all of those. So if you wanted to make like a 9x9, for example, you would go 4 in each direction plus the 1 in the middle. So that's 9, right? The depth is 9. So 4, 4, 9. And then up. I'm going down 1, but you can go down 0 and go up 4 and look at this one. And if you wanted to check, you can anchor it. And so now it's anchored and I can look at it. So it's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and do something like this. This is the center. And I think I want to do an 11 by 11. Oh, it also shows you down here. And we'll do 6 up and down. Is that good? Okay, and then we click, and it's going to destroy all those blocks. And I can get the building gadget. And these, by the way, are linked to my, you can say bound, so you can see it says bound to overworld and has those coordinates. It's bound to our AE system. So this one, for example, I'm using for cobblestone. And we have infinite cobblestone, so we can just build this infinitely. It just pulls from our infinity cobblestone cell. Okay, so here is the room. Okay. And you feed these, it's very simple, right? So you just take nether stars and you feed it a nether star and it burns and it generates 260,000 FE per tick for a long time. The way we're going to get our nether stars here is with the interface. So let's put the interface here. And then we'll put a flux accessor. Oh, actually, we don't need the flux accessor. Depends. We should be okay, actually. We'll put an induction card. This one. I don't know if you need the induction card to be able to insert into it, but we're gonna go with it. So this guy is going to stock a stack of nether stars. And once we connect it to our system with the wireless connector, I'll tear down our thermo generators pretty soon, but I don't want to take them down now because we're using our, it's creating power for us. So we'll put that guy there, go up, set this guy here. Okay. So now this guy is powered, connected to our system. It has 64 Netherstars. So this guy just stopped, and now it's full of energy. That's crazy. And then we have our super factory manager that will go here. Let's try that for now. Okay, so we need a disk. Every 20 ticks, input Netherstar from interface. And we're going to output retain 2 to each star generator. And we'll give it the slot 2, which is slot 0, just in case. I don't think it matters, but okay. And once we do that, it should be okay. And then over here, we'll do every tick do input FE from star generator, and we'll output to interface. Should be as simple as that. What's going on with my input? So if we look, it says invalid program. We check the thing. Missing do at input. Oh, every 20 ticks do. Okay, now it's running. We just have to label it. We pull the labels from the manager. We hold control and label all those guys. And here's the interface. Cha-ching. Now these guys are all lit up. But why is it not output? I forgot retain. Retain 2 to each Netherstar. There it is. So now if we look at our FE, we should be going up very fast. That's nice. Very nice. Okay. And just to check, none of these have power in them, so the interface is fast enough. I'm putting it directly into there, so we don't even need a flux accessor. Okay, so now we are making 5 million RF per tick with these. And I don't think we're definitely producing more Netherstars than that, right? And we can always add more withers. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to keep the thermo generators just in case. And these guys will put here in this room as well. There are 5 of them. But the nice thing is we don't need to sink anymore. So we can just stock water in here. And this will come from our infinity water cell. And we will keep, let's just do 1 bucket. Now we are going to do another statement. We can do it in here. Why don't we just do it here? So we'll put a forget, and then we'll say input fluid from interface output fluid to thermogen. Okay, and then we're going to input FE from star generator, comma, thermogen. And we label the thermos. And we push the labels in. Okay, now they're full of water, and the power that they're making is going out to our cell. Oh, we can't put it over there. How about over there? Ta-da! It is a bit prettier now. Let's kind of start planning for industrial foregoing. So the first thing you kind of need for industrial foregoing is you'll have to start making latex. And if you look in JEI, you get latex from the fluid extractor, extracting on a piece of log. And you can see there's different logs in there. The acacia one gives you 4 millibuckets per work, and so does the mangrove one. And the other ones are all 3, 2, and 1 for oak. So we want to do either mangrove logs or acacia logs. Okay. We want this pity machine frame. And what was the thing called? The fluid extractor. And then the latex processing unit. Dissolution chamber. Okay. Let's see how we want to set this up. It's kind of a small room, but if we have it here, or how about, we're going to open up this wall. So this 3x3 will be open. And we can do it in the corner here. I think that'll be fine. So we have the fluid extractors. We use 4 of those. They will be facing the center. And then we will have a piece of acacia in the middle. So now these guys are going to start pulling latex from that acacia log. Okay. That we need to automate. Okay, so now the formation plane is setting down acacia seeds or acacia logs. And every time it breaks, it's going to insert another one onto there. So that is set up. We can have our factory manager over here. And then we will go underneath with our cables, inventory cables. And that will go around like such. So once that's all hooked up, we can just close the rest of this. Okay. Now we store power in here. We'll say 1 million FE. And we need an induction card. And with Super Factory Manager, we will call this Industrial Foregoing Automation. Every tick do this will be power, so we'll input FE from interface output FE to what are these things called? Fluid extractors. Fluid extractor. And we use our label gun. So these guys all have power now, and they're doing it faster. The way I'm going to deal with the latex is through fluid storage cells. So let's go ahead and make a 256. Is there a fluid? It's just a normal one. Okay. So we'll make one of those guys. That might take a little bit. So our thing is done crafting. And we take that, combine it with the housing. And we got a 256 million storage cell. Let's partition that with, do we want equal distribution? Let's just partition it for now. We want latex in here. Pink slime. Ether gas. And that's it. So we'll store these things in our system in this cell next to these other fluid cells. And then we go back here to figure this one out. So every 20 ticks, we are going to input fluid from the fluid extractors. And we'll output that to the interface. And when we do that, I keep forgetting my do's today. Okay, so it's going to pick up all of the latex and put it inside of the interface, which goes into our AE2 system. So you can see we have latex going up there. Next, we want, in order to make the higher tier stuff, like for example, a simple machine frame, which was used for other machines in industrial foregoing, you need to make that in the dissolution chamber, and that requires latex. So that's what we need the latex for. So let's see if we can make a few of these dissolution chambers. We need plastic, I forgot. We need latex processing. So this guy can go over here and we'll give it power and water. So these guys, so every 2 seconds, they make 12 millibuckets. So how about we take half of that and we do 24. We need to label the latex processor. So we're going to input the fluid from the fluid extractor. Then we're going to put output 24 millibuckets to the latex processor, and then the rest we're going to output to the interface. So when we do that, this should start filling up with latex. So we're getting 24 every second. Okay. And we also need to give it water. So we'll do a forget. And then input fluid water from interface. Okay, so now this guy's getting water and latex, and now it's making dry rubber. And to make plastic, all we have to do is smelt down the dry rubber. Is there anything else we need the dry rubber for? No, so we can just process them all into it. So what we're going to do is going to input from the latex processor and output to interface. Okay, and that should pick up the dry rubber. We might need to give it a side. So we'll just say bottom side. Okay, that's gone. And now we're getting dry rubber. Then what we can do is set up a craft for plastic. And we put that inside of our how can we do this? I guess we can't, huh? That only does crafts. Okay, we'll just put it in the furnace. Now, if we want to make plastic, we can do that. Okay, so then we'll try to make 4 dissolution chambers. We need a little more dry rubber. Okay, and we take a pattern provider, put it over there. We use an induction matrix or induction card to give it power. Okay, so now we can make 4 of these dissolution chambers and put them in the wall like so. And we're going to set the output on, so this is the bottom one. We're going to push to the top. Okay. This one we're going to push to the right. This one's going to push to the left. And again, we're checking the orange one. The orange one is the output. The green one is the fluid. The blue one is the items, the input items. Okay. And then this one we're going to push down. So anything that's made in these dissolution chambers is going to get pushed back into the pattern provider. And in here, we're going to set it to blocking mode. That way it'll set certain recipes. It'll only send one recipe to each dissolution chamber at a time. So with that made, we can make some dissolution chamber recipes. So let's look at industrial foregoing. And we want the simple machine frame, for example. We can craft all of these things. And it takes 25 latex, and it's going to input the latex directly from our system into there. So we make that, we go look for the dissolution chamber. Okay. And let's say we want to make a simple machine frame. Do I not have netherrack? So we click that. Let's go look at it. Hopefully we can get there before it's done. So here it is. This guy's getting powered from our induction matrix and it's crafting the thing. There we go. We got a simple machine frame. So the other thing we want to do is kind of speed up these things. So let's make some add-ons. And what we want is tier 2. We'll go with this one because it doesn't require the tier 1s. So we'll make tier 2 speed, efficiency, processing. Oh, is there a tier 3? That's new. So tier 3 efficiency requires the tier 2. We'll make those guys as well. Alrighty, as you guys can see, I am back and these guys are all fully upgraded with efficiency, speed, and processing tier 2. So all the latex processors, the latex processor, the fluid extractors, as well as all of the dissolution chambers are upgraded. And I went ahead and put a bunch of crafting patterns in here. And we are ready to move on to the next step with industrial foregoing. So the way crafting works for industrial foregoing is basically there are 3 different tiers. Well, I guess 4 if you consider the pity machine frame. The pity machine frame you can just craft normally, and this will get you going with the mod. The next is the simple machine frame, and that requires latex. So in order to do latex, we have to do the thing with a log and pull from the fluid extractors. After that, we have pink slime. And the way you get pink slime is by killing mobs with a mob slaughter factory, and you get pink slime with that. So that gives you the advanced machine frames, which unlocks another tier of machines. Then after that, you have the supreme machine frame, and that comes with Aether gas. And that is done by basically milking the wither. And so I have this room set up to do pink slime in this section and the other gas over here. So why don't we get started with the pink slime? I have a little chamber set up here that's dark, and you can see there's a light up there that we can turn on with this remote that I have linked. This is from Redstone Pen, and I have a Redstone Pen lever on top of that light, and I linked this remote. Whoa, what's going on here? You guys see that? Strange. Anyways, and when I right click, it turns on that light. So I'm looking for a good way to do that. I would prefer to have a lever on the wall here, for example. And I want to get the redstone signal from here to there wirelessly, basically. And so I can turn this on and off, and it'll activate and deactivate this mob farm because it'll be dark in here. But I don't know of a good way to do that yet. The RF Tools used to have a solution, but it's not updated in all the mods 10. Create had the links, but Create is not in this pack yet. It's not updated. So I don't know. There's this button that I can do it with the button, but it's not, I can't put it on the wall, basically. And then the other option that I might do is just run conduit, like the redstone conduit from Ender.io. And we can facade it all the way up to there and put the lever here. So that might be an option. But anyways, for now, we're going to use that. Okay, the way we are going to spawn mobs here is by using cursed dirt. And in order to do that, you need a rotten egg. And the rotten egg is pretty easy to get. What you need is, what's it called? You need this GM chicken feed cursed. And you make this thing, just takes the spider eye, rotten flesh, bone, seeds, gunpowder, and then some buckets of experience. I just use buckets on my experience holder. And then you get this GM chicken feed. You feed that to a chicken, the chicken explodes and gives you a rotten egg. Then you take this rotten egg and you click it on a piece of dirt, and it's going to turn a 5x5 section of dirt into dreadful dirt. And what the dreadful dirt does is it spawns a bunch of mobs when there's no light. So if we turn this light off, it's going to start spawning a bunch of mobs. This glass that I'm using is tinted glass from mob grinding utilities. And if you take a look at that, it says it's designed to prevent light, and it's also tough enough to withstand withers. So it's witherproof. If there's explosions, this glass won't break, and it also prevents light from going in and out. And then I have one row of concrete, like one row of blocks all around this, because sometimes mobs spawn in the corner and they can like glitch into the walls and they can glitch outside. So I have this here, so just in case they spawn over here, they won't glitch inside of a block. Okay, so that's all set up. We need a mob slaughter factory. And we also need some cables from Super Factory Manager. Okay, so we are going to connect that up. Let's grab our shrinking device. And here's our inventory cables. We're just going to hook it up to the same thing we had before. We'll go down here. Okay. And then the mob slaughter factory goes over there. We need to put all of those add-ons. So we'll do efficiency, processing, and speed. And then we need, if you look at the working area right now, it's only one block in front of it, and we want to encompass this whole room. Oops. And that means we need 1, 2, 3 more blocks. So we'll do a tier 3 add-on. And that might not be enough for the back. Let's see. So we put the tier 3 add-on. Okay, and you can see that encompasses the whole room. So that's enough for us. So we'll leave that guy there. And we want these guys to speed it up. Okay, so now this guy's working fast. And we need to supply this with power. So then we're going to come back to here and we're going to say mob slaughter. Take our label gun. Pull the labels and push it. Okay, so this has power now. And this also produces liquid meat. And we don't want to deal with the liquid meat, so we'll just make a trash can and put the trash over there. And we'll trash the liquid meat. So looking at, I guess these are active on all sides, so we'll just use Super Factory Manager. Or maybe we will do liquid meat out of the bottom. Okay, and then pink slime out of the top. How about that? Okay, so that is all set up. I don't think we need to go in there anymore. So we can get some tinted glass and close this up. So if we turn this off, we should get mobs. There's the creeper. So we have 20 millibuckets of pink slime and 400 millibuckets of liquid meat. So then let's deal with that. So every 22 ticks we're going to input fluid from mob slaughter bottom side. And you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to them both on the bottom. And then we're going to output fluid liquid meat to trash and output fluid pink slime to interface. And I think that will work. Let's go ahead and label the trash. Okay. So if we look for pink slime, we have some pink slime there and the liquid meat. Let's see. It's industrial. It's just called meat. So we will output fluid meat to trash. Okay, now that's gone too. So again, with the same controller that's handling our latex, we're going to be doing that. And so essentially that completes the setup for pink slime. So if you look, our pink slime is going to be going up. Okay, so now we have automated latex, we have automated pink slime. Let's set let's go ahead and turn that off for a second. And we'll run in here in the middle, and we're going to set up a mute thing to mute all the noises in here. So we'll go over here, set the anchor, call it IF for Industrial Foregoing Mob Farm. And the radius will be 3 blocks, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's do, yeah, I think 3 is okay. And we're going to look for entity and do all the mobs. You know what we also need is a mob inhibitor. So Endermen don't. This prevents Endermen from teleporting away. Anyways, moving on. Let's now take care of our ether gas. So in order to do that, we need a stasis chamber. Why is the slime making noise? Doesn't look like I have crafting recipe set up for the stasis chamber. Where is our dissolution? Negative. Okay. So we need the stasis chamber. Do we have any gas tiers? We have 2. That's great. Okay. So we'll grab a stasis chamber. This will require all of those add-ons. So we'll do efficiency. That guy. we need to connect our super factory manager up here. We need the fluid. What is this? Fluid laser base. Let's look at laser. We need the fluid laser base, one of those guys, and then the laser drill. We'll just make 4 of those. That should be okay. And then we need the purple lens. Okay. Let's and put that there. That goes like that. And how does this get seated? We're going to go like this for now. Okay, so we have the laser base and we have the drill. We need to provide power to the laser drills. So we'll give those guys power. And we need to make more of those add-ons. Okay, so we forgot the stasis chamber. We can just go to a next line. And we'll also do stasis chamber. Is that how you spell stasis? Just one S. Okay. We pull. So this guy has that. Oh, we already put things in here. So this guy, whoa. This guy just gets 4 efficiencies, I guess. I don't think they stack. I'm just going to put 1 efficiency there. And then these guys get 1 of each. And let's build a wither. Some soul sand. This is a little dangerous. Okay, there's the wither. And the tinted glass. So he should explode and then be... Oh, he's not even going to explode. So he's just in stasis. So this guy's working. And if we look at this, this is not working. We might have to go down even more, but let's try that first. Okay, so we're getting ether gas now. I think it was just a little too high. This guy has efficiency. So now this thing is building up with ether gas, and what we can do is, what is this called? This is the fluid laser base. We're going to input fluid from laser base, and we're going to output that fluid to the interface. Then we label it. Okay, now when we look at ether gas, it's coming in here. Okay, so just like that, we have latex, pink slime, and ether gas automated. Let's close that up. And I think mob grinding utilities has a wither boss. I don't know if this stops the sound of the wither. Let's see. No, just the death. So we'll do the same thing. We'll go stand over here. Oh, shoot. We'll make another anchor, and we'll call this one wither. And this will be 3 blocks as well. And we do that. Okay, so now the wither is silenced. And we're getting ether gas. Okay, so with that, we have full access to everything in Industrial Foregoing. Let's go ahead and cover up the floor here. So in this little room, we are producing latex, which you can expand the operations. We already have 560 buckets, so you really don't need that much. Pink slime, we have 7 buckets. This one I'd like to make faster, which we can do by taking cursed earth. I thought that was possible, but now it looks like nothing is spawning. Very slowly. So I'll figure that out. And if not, we'll put a spawner in there to spawn some mobs. Okay, and then there's the wither. So just like that, we have everything from Industrial Foregoing automated. And over here, we can set up the warden later on to get the souls to be able to speed up different machines. All right, I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.